Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we were playing as this character right up here named Priel, who is trying to join the Vanguards, but the Vanguards aren't entirely happy with her for various reasons, presumably because she's kind of annoying to deal with, probably. So the Vanguards, in this tournament to join the Vanguards, have made up a new rule that in the next battle that she's participating in, she has to have a partner, and she's currently looking for a partner. We have just finished exploring this town of, I forget what it's called, and that has opened up our next location. I'm kind of thankful, by the way, that next location is clearly marked. That kind of going to save us a bit of time. No luck anywhere, huh? I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but it looks like I'll have to ask her for her help. This could get ugly. I knew you'd be here, Perrine. It's said that when the 5 apostles ceased their warring and raised the land into the sky, suspending the continents above the seas and sparing us from devastation, their spirits were passed down to the prophets to be reborn among us anew. Some say the prophets know themselves by their memories of past lives, and that it is their knowledge as much as their power that allows them to shape the fates of nations. They know themselves through their dreams. Neat! Of what do you dream, Priel? I dream that someday my sister and I will walk side by side in harmony. Spare me, please. And lo, that day has come at last. I beg the masters of the arena to allow me to fight alongside my beloved sibling, and reluctantly they acquiesced. I'm not interested. Why? You're a great fighter. You're dragonkin just like me. I don't like crowds. You know being stared at makes me queasy. Weren't you just preaching, though? You're so sensitive. How do you get away with being this thin-skinned? We can't all be as strong as you. Believing that must be convenient. Really? When has anything having to do with you ever been convenient for me? Come on, I'm saying that you're strong too. Stronger than you know. Stand with me today and I'll prove it to you. I don't know. I'll be there with you, right by your side. Fine. But I wish you'd seek me out when you aren't completely desperate. Feels like you're using me as you would a stranger. It's just your imagination. Liar! Okay, cool. Oh, I can't help but notice there are various smiley faces appearing over character portraits. That must mean that stuff is going on if I revisit them. Also, I think some of them moved around. No, let's see what's up now. It is my goal here, by the way, to try to show off as much of this game as possible, as I would with any RPG Maker game. Back to Valley. Oh good, Priel, you're still here. Would you please do me a favor? Alright, you can be my arena partner if you insist. No, it's not about that. Really, there was no need to be coy. Do you happen to have a broken ether gem on you? Ether gem? Like, one that's cracked and unusable, but not, like, totally destroyed? What, for attaching to Orbol gear? No, sorry. Why do you want something like that? I wanted to practice maintaining my own equipment in the field, and Mir said she'd supervise me if I brought my own materials. She's doing that for free? That's generous of her. Yeah, I know. She was like, if you blow up the city, I'm going to have to fix it, but you can't touch any of my stuff, you moron. She's great. I'm not entirely sure you got the message correctly. Definitely, but I'm impressed, Bailey. You're taking the initiative on an unglamorous aspect of a Vanguard's life. Thanks, Priel. I just want to improve however I can, bit by bit. I mean, being a Vanguard isn't really about swords or magic or looking cool, right? It's about being of service. It is? Okay, next. Eventually I'll get to that shop up there. Maybe before we go over to whatever this place is. Priel Aelin, wasn't it? You're a citizen of Garinia, yes? Yeah, believe it or not, some people actually live here instead of just passing through. Who are you again? Forgive my impertinence. I am Tyr Alazin of Lumina, a researcher of ancient technology. That's right, you were fawning over that Rhea girl earlier. So, what do you want? Don't tell me you want help finding your sister. What fawn? That is, I wouldn't dream of troubling a Vanguard with finding my sister. It's rather that, you want some help fawning over that Rhea girl. She is a very important researcher, a prodigy eminent in my field. It's not something you would understand, and that's why you shouldn't mock me. Ahem. I am completely persuaded. Excellent. Now, it seems that the history of this city and the development of its pre-war technology has piqued her interest, but little information is readily available. Well, sure. Wasn't that how it was? Back then, we lost all our records and had to figure out how to use whatever wasn't obliterated from scratch. It took centuries. Most records, but not all. Many of our keenest insights were inspired by fragments we gleaned from surprising sources. If you happen upon any information that pertains to the historical context around pre-war technology in Garinia, tell me, won't you? What? You won't ask me to find your sister, but you'll ask me that? I'll, see what I can do. Yes. Good. I like that guy. Big fan of history, huh? Yes. Next. Back to Evo. Priel, marry me. I want a divorce. Advance? Irreconcilable differences are a foregone conclusion. If you won't be mine, then at least let's compromise. Now that's my kind of reasoning. Name your price. I'm working on a communications device so that Reyes and I can stay in contact in the exceedingly unlikely event that my dear friend loses his way. Exceedingly? Ancient engineers developed highly conductive and fine material that made miniaturization possible. In theory, Garinia is a good place to find such odds and ends, but I'm at a loss. If you encounter any conductive and insulated wires that might suit a wearable communicator, would you let me know? And that's halfway as good as marrying me, huh? One cannot have the value of what is priceless. Mediocre save, 4 out of 10. Saving, huh? Sounds like a good idea. Well, I halfway remembered how to do this. Alright, let's check out the weapons shop and see what's there. Go it alone, huh? Yeah, I wish. Oh, this isn't the weapons shop. This is the arena. Well, in that case, let's go here. Oh, it is snowy. It wasn't snowy much at her house, but it's snowy here. Well, that's convenient, considering it's currently the quasi-winter season, sort of, right now. What's up with this crowd? Must be my cheering section. Pardon us, miss. Out of my way. Heh, the ones who are leaving a gathering crowd are always the most suspicious. Where are those two going in such a rush? Let's hurry up, Let's hurry back, Bao. That kid will be pissed if you're late. Besides, it reeks around here. Of course, I had thought that with such an old facility, there might be traces of what we seek. My apologies for wasting our time. As long as you don't waste what's left of our money. Sounds like they've got bigger problems than whatever is going on in here. I, however, do not. Time to get a bit closer. Just slip through here, and shove a little there. Please, has anyone seen my daughter? She was playing here only an hour ago. That's the third disappearance this week. What are the vanguards doing? Haven't they all gone to Vimbolverter Forest, where that meteor crashed? I heard that the frost harpies are giving them trouble. The only trouble they should be dealing with is here in Garenia. Vanguards nowadays care more for their reputation than being around when it counts. I haven't heard about any disappearances either. Nobody tells me anything. Bereft the work end of information as well, Periel. The Vanguards must indeed have ostracized you. Nice to see you again too. Your name was Ria, right? Didn't you have some job to do besides mingling in crowds and reveling in the suffering of strangers? Why put business before pleasure? No, in seriousness, I was looking for the water treatment plant on this floating burrow. I'm told it's been operational for hundreds of years, a true marvel of ancient engineering. Oh yeah, you're some sort of researcher, aren't you? But you're planning on investigating ice fault. What do you expect to find in a sewer? You never know what you'll find where others fear to tread. Never know what you'll find where others fear to tread. There it is again! Movement in the shadows down by that grate! Amelia? Is that you? Monsters! Monsters loose in the city! Where are the vanguards? It looks like you were more right than you knew, Ria. And it sounds like I get to blow off some steam before my match. Okay, we're about to fight. I'm gonna totally save now. Using my keyboard, because that's easier. You wield swords of flame? No, molten lava suspended in stasis. What extraordinary channeling control over earth and fire. Shouldn't you be running away like the rest of them? On the contrary, such talent with orbital weaponry piques my interest. I shall observe. Or should I be worried? Not if you stand behind me. Alright, battle time. So, by the way, our main character here has a tail. That's pretty interesting. Yay, tails! How fascinating it is to see a battle up close. Now, first explain to me your methodology. In other words, we're going to do a tutorial now, which in the case of this game might be a good idea. No idea what this battle system actually controls like. You want me to explain to you how to fight while I'm fighting? You know that this is a life or death situation, not the introduction to a research paper, right? I thought that you had it completely under control. Would you like a tutorial on combat system? Yes. I hit the cancel button. I'm definitely going to spend my free time in between streams fiddling with the controls in order to get them how I would like them. For now, let me reload the game. Also, totally a good thing that I saved. Maybe I should reconsider using a controller. But then again, I'd also have to learn the buttons on the keyboard, so maybe not. Okay, I need to remember, X on the controller is confirm. Would you like a tutorial? Yes. She's got me there. Alright, listen up. Alright, basic battle flow. Compact and Sacred Earth Promise may seem complex at first, but it is actually very simple. You have 3 resources you need to watch out for to ensure victory in battle. We will go over them now. Left, short for Light Force, is the approximation of your character's ability to take damage. Once it hits 0, then character will become unable to continue fighting. Fallen characters revive automatically after 3 turns. Well, now I'm definitely glad I'm doing this tutorial because I sure would not have guessed that. Sir Rosser in the chat says, I'm really impressed with the polish on this. You say it was made in VX Ace? Yep. This is a game created with RPG Maker VX Ace. And in fact, while I'm thinking about it, I am of course going to be throwing in a link to where you can locate the game if you wanted to play it yourself. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I'll have to remember to do that from time to time. Those of you watching this on YouTube, that link will be in the description throughout the entire playthrough. Anyway, moving on. EP, short for Ether Points, are your character's arts usage resource. EP is spent when you chain and cast arts in varying amounts. EP is the backbone of the system as all offensive action requires it. Interesting. Think wisely about how you spend EP. EP regenerates turn by turn, so there is no need to worry about running out in the long term. Despite this, you may find your options limited in the moment if you spend frivolously. Well, don't worry about that. I am not one to spend MP frivolously. EX, short for Exceed, okay, I thought that was experience, is the resource used for executing special actions such as flashy attacks and healing. EX builds when you attack enemies with chains, as well as in small amounts when using arts. Okay, good news is this is not an ATB sort of battle system. I can take my time choosing my stuff. So let's start by doing a chain. I have no idea which enemy is which, aside from which one is highlighted. I have no idea what these guys are called. Alright, chains are your normal attacks. You can unleash a combo of hits upon your chosen target to build up damage at a variable cost of EP. Alright, upon initiating a chain, I'm not going to want to use a controller for this. Nope, I am not going to want to use a controller for this. Keyboard it is. Okay, upon initiating a chain on your chosen target, you have a few options. You can press A to continue to attack, or press S or D during any stage to use an EX art and end the chain there. So A continues the attack, S and D is an art, which ends the chain. Gotcha. As you can see, each stage of a chain costs 5 EP. No, I can't see that. Oh wait, yes. Yes, a regular assault is 5 EP. This totals to 25 EP per chain. In turn, a full chain awards you with 15 EX in total. This is key to mastering battles. Spend EP to build EX, then spend EX to build EP. Alright. I thought the dimmed one was the one I wasn't selecting, but apparently I'm wrong. Did I not actually cause any damage? Let me try this again. Okay, arts. Arts are various helpful abilities that a character can use for a certain sum of EP. Consist of things like offensive spells, stat buffs, etc., etc. Using arts also increases EX by a small amount. Always elemental and can do more or less damage against enemies who are either resistant or weak to that element. Also possible to chain into stronger offensive arts once those are learned. Support arts can either boost stats or increase elemental resistances depending on the skills used. Cannot be chained, but they are instantly cast and restore a small amount of LF to target in turn. Be aware, however, that all arts are subject to a cooldown after usage. Offensive arts have a 3-turn cooldown, and support arts have a 5-turn cooldown. So no spamming healing magic. Gotcha. Well, let's try it. We got Tremor. Last 3 turns. Chance to hamper. Okay, arc damage. Might reinforce, increases one ally's power, 3 turns, 5-turn cooldown. So that's a healing spell. Gaia Aura. Increase earth resistance. Okay, let's try Tremor. Well, we'll get there eventually, but first we need to learn about Exceed Arts. Exceed Arts are your strongest skills, but EX is a fickle resource. It's generated by the use of EP, yet it doesn't regenerate on its own. Despite this, the benefits of EX Arts can't be overlooked. Come to think of it, RPG Maker VX Ace does have this thing called TP. Whenever you're playing like regular, not fancy RPG Maker VX Ace games, it sounds like a lot like that, because attacking builds that up. So yeah, I'm actually familiar with this now that I think about it. Exceed Arts have high damage modifiers and thus are good to use for taking out large portions of enemy LF. It may help turn the tide in a tough battle or provide the finishing blow. Equally important, however, is Exceed Recovery. As there are no substantial direct healing skills in the game, EX Recover is your main avenue of recovering large amounts of LF and EP. Additionally, it also clears status ailments and cooldowns. Alright, let's try Exceed. Never mind. We're just a bit short on that. Let me try this chain thing again. Oh wait, never mind. They're dead. Well, I wasn't really causing damage on my own, so I guess they ran out of breath because they're out of the sewers. That's what we'll go with. Mess with the best, get chopped up with lava swords like the rest. Gotta work on my slogans. Do monsters often wander the streets of Garenia? How thrilling. Perhaps I too should invest in some orbital technology for self-defense. Haven't seen one in years. Besides, channeling weapons like these take a lot of training. Hire a vanguard. Vanguard? Are you a vanguard? Please, can you find my daughter? If there are monsters about, then... Those were beholder spawn. I presume that beyond this grate is the sewer. The treatment plant is largely self-sustaining, yes? Yeah, no one goes down there much. Some of that tech dates from before the wars. What's your point? My points, plural, are threefold. First, a water treatment system designed for a floating city with no access to an aquifer is inherently fascinating. Let us dwell on this a moment. Indeed, we should probably dwell on this a moment because it is time for my next episode break. So I shall go ahead and save. And we will go into the episode break, as I said we would. And we will be right back. When we come back, we will go ahead and figure out what is up with this sewer situation. Maybe go into the sewers. I don't know. We also still have to deal with this whole tournament thing. Hopefully, we won't be delayed too much from that.